Where is pink? I'm right here. We're getting there. All right, I'm just gonna make sure we're live because sometimes this thing decides to load for a million years and then we'll get going. Gotta take a quick swig of water here while we wait. Gotta hydrate. It's a reminder. Get hydrated if you're not. Okay, cool, we're live. So Lantern is a pretty cool Pokemon. Pink Across is in heaven. Oh my, no. No. Not yet. Not yet. And based on, I think, if you're referring to the Christian heaven, I am definitely not going there. You gotta have strong faith in the big man for that. Anyway, though, let's talk about Lantern. Lantern is one I'm pretty excited about. So there are a few things there. Let me first explain. I've used Lantern before and I got rank 1 with it back in Gen 8. It went really, really well. And what I did with it was this. So I had a Bulu. Well, let me just turn this to Gen 8 OU so I can actually show you guys the vision. So I ran Lantern with the Tapu Bulu. Obviously, the grassy terrain helped a lot. And then I had a Choice Band Kartana. So this was an SD Bulu. I believe it was SD Hornleech, Close Combat, and Toxic. So this set was brutal. We had a Wish Clefable with Wish Port. And the idea of this was we have this CB Kartana, right, knockoff Leaf Blade, and we had a Rocks Heatran as well. And the last Pokemon was a Tornadus. So the idea behind this team, this was, the Defogger. The idea behind this team was pretty simple. This is kind of the main breaker. You've got two kind of Pokemon that can break, and they're both really, really reliant on contact moves and hate the birds. So the idea was you could get these in, and they'd die on Zapdos or whatever, but then you could go into Lantern and Heal Bell them. That was the super crucial thing, was that Lantern had Heal Bell. And also, it just stopped. I mean, Zapdos was a major metagame force that it totally shut down. Specs Dragapult was really popular. It shut that down. Magnezone, Tapu Koko, Tornadus. So in a lot of ways, Lantern just matched up surprisingly well into a lot of threats in the metagame. Now, here's the big difference. The thing that made Lantern justifiable on this team was Heal Bell. Now we cut to Generation 9. No Heal Bell. So that's really bad. Basically, Lantern lost the one thing that kind of actually gave it a valid niche. So I am very much not optimistic about its performance, but I still love this fish. I have a poster of it in my room, actually. Not like a specific Lantern poster, but one with a lot of water types on which Lantern is on. But yeah, I want to give it a try. Now, I look at this tier and I don't know how good Lantern's going to be honest. There are still some things. Zapdos is still around, right? Walking Wake is probably pretty good. Probably pretty good for that. Raging Bolt, it's nice for. I could see it kind of being a temporary Darkrai switch in, which is not too bad. What else? Like, it can switch into random stuff like Enamorus once or twice. It can probably switch in Pivot on Goldengo. The HP with the special defense, this thing is surprisingly fat. Like, let me show you guys some calcs. I was super impressed in Gen 8 by just how bulky this thing is. And, like, if you look, that's max attack Goldengo Shadow Ball is doing, like, 30 max. So if we come in on a Goldengo, even, like, a modest one that nasty plots and then hits us with a Shadow Ball, we're taking, like, 60 tops, which is pretty good. But yeah, the lack of Heal Bell is a huge L. the lack of heal bell is a huge L, but I do have a set in mind, which we'll talk about in just a second. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys the history of Lantern, my personal history with Lantern, and the metagame overview, which is, as I said, it's pretty dire. I don't really see Lantern working that well. Now, I do want to check. I'm not sure where like Zapdos usage is right now. Okay, 7%. So that's like, you know, that's okay, I guess. That's not too bad. Now, some say Ting-Lu victim. Now, here's the good news. There is good news. Lantern is not as bad off as it was at the beginning of this generation because, get ready for it, Scald. I checked this last night and I was like, thank God. Thank God Lantern has Scald. Because if it didn't, you know, it'd be over pretty much. It gets Sucker Punch, which is hilarious. Oh my gosh, something or other, already kicking it off with a $20 donation. Thank you very much. Saying, I'm seeing a lot of synergies with Chandelure. Bro. No, we cannot afford it. Guys, there's just no point. Like, we have Pokemon like Armarouge, we have Iron Moth. It's just, we have Ceruledge. There's just no real justifiable reason to use a Chandelure. I'm sorry, but there just isn't. Like, there's no, it doesn't make any sense, but it is cool. I will probably build Chandelure at some point just because of how much people love it. Bognor, thank you also for the £2. I wish Lantern stats were better. I love this mod. The stats are not really the problem. Honestly, yeah, like, it'd be great if its stats were better, but I think it has the stats. It just needed Heal Bell back. That utility move was huge. Like, imagine if you could consistently just like Heal Bell your Rillaboom, you know, click Knock Off and Woodhammer on Moltres without fear and be like, yeah, I can just, you know, get it back later. Yeah. But yeah, the Scald is huge. So someone had an idea of an Assault Vest set, which is interesting. So I was thinking leftovers, as you can probably tell by the, you know, the thumbnail. But yeah, I'd say heavy duty boots. Oops. Heavy duty bots. Honestly, there's some truth to that too. Bognor, thank another £2. Wow, saying give Lantern Earth Eater. Lantern with Earth Eater would be pretty darn good. Yeah, but honestly, it likes Volt Absorb quite a bit as well. Leftovers, heavy duty boots. Honestly, I kind of do see the vision with specs, not gonna lie. Yeah, that is pretty cool. And then Assault Vest. I'd say those. I'd consider them all. I expect we're just going to go with leftovers. And yeah, as far as we are going Volt Absorb, and we are going Terra Fairy. Not exactly a crazy read. Excuse me. Terra Fairy is generally... Does it get soak? Okay, that honestly could be kind of funny, but I think Bella Bolt kind of just does that better. So... Jin William with the $2. Thank you very much. I'm gonna fall asleep to this, but have a good stream. Thank you very much. I hope I'm able to not jostle you awake with anything. Okay. Ora Fantastica recommending I use leftovers, so that's a point against leftovers. Just write that down. So yeah, some people asking what does Lantern do? And it's a valid question. Now that it doesn't have Heal Bell, why use Lantern? And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a great answer for that question. I do have an answer, which is that it really, really, really answers Zapdos and provides the team with an electric immunity. Something or other with another $20. Oh my gosh. Funding the whole operation here, saying light fixture Pokemon are a mood. Yeah, I agree. I love Lantern's design. It's simple and just really nice and appealing. And the blue and yellow combination, it's just great. Lighthouse, I'm sorry to hear that. The VOD, as always, will be up. Maybe you're able to join at the end if whatever you've got going on ends. So yeah, I don't really see... Here's the thing. When I used Lantern in Gen 8, I initially didn't believe in it. I didn't think it would be that good. But then even games where I didn't use Heal Bell, it just impressed me. It surprised me, and it did more than I thought it would. Will that happen here? I don't know. I really don't. But I think we've got to give it a try. Bognor with another £2, adding to the dono train. Thank you very much. Wow, a lot of generosity today. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we go Volt Switch, Ice Beam, Thunderwave. This is the set I have in mind. Now, Lantern does have other probably viable moves. I could see Discharge being run. We'll get down just kind of possible moves here. So there's Discharge. Well, let's just write down our initial set first. Scald, Volt Switch, Ice Beam, and Thunder Wave, right? Yeah, Lantern, if Lantern got healing, that would definitely be nice. But yeah, no, I don't think it even gets Life Dew, which is sad because that's like not even a good healing move, but it still technically works. Charge is kind of hilarious. I don't think that's the move, but it's a pretty funny one. Stockpile is also really funny. Yeah, Stockpile is a hilarious move, but I don't think there's anything here. I don't think there's anything here that really looks good. Yeah, Bubble Beam is an absolute meme of a move. Protect is something I'd actually consider running. Because, you know, we're going to run this on grassy terrain. Spoiler, like, we're absolutely slapping on a Rillaboom here. Bognor, I did send you a message about the emojis and badges. I didn't get a response. You may want to double check that. Unless you sent it recently and I just haven't seen it yet. Okay, so yeah, I don't think Agility's the move unless we go with like a hilariously offensive Lantern, which I don't think we're going to do that. And yeah, it does not get Toxic, and it does get Aqua Ring, but Aqua Ring is terrible, so we're not going to do that. So let's start with this. And yeah, so we're going to go Terra Fairy, obviously. Oh my gosh, we've got $20 donation from Yoshi771. Did I hear Dono Train? I suppose you did. Thank you very much. I think that's, yeah, wow. That's incredibly generous. Somebody asked, why are we not even considering AV? So Thunderwave is really good utility. We could do a Rest Talk. I don't think a Rest Talk set. We need more than just... I mean, okay, here's the big problem with just Scald is Gliscor. Lantern special attack stat is 76 and we're uninvested. Excuse me. But yeah, wow. Thank you for the donation, Yoshi. That's this is a wild stream for donations so far. So okay, here's yeah. Look at that Scald. Whew. Doing a damage is not so good. Actually, I'm terrified to see how little Ice Beam's going to do. Oh my god, that is... Whew. That is not good. I mean, we don't even 2-hit KO. Jeez. Oh my god. That is a lot worse than I thought. Like, oh my god, dude. I mean, we do a lot to defensive, but good heavens. Okay, maybe we do... I feel like so here's the vision with Lantern. The vision I originally had, at least, is Electric Spam. So the idea is that Lantern and another, like, Raging Bolt, and then maybe a couple other Pokemon, are kind of going to work together, right? To just sort of break down the opponent's ground types. Now, that Ice Beam calc has given me something to think about, I'll admit. But yeah, Bognor saying these donos paying for my work. Pretty much. It is kind of weird. I gotta admit, Bognor, thank you for the £2, by the way, that I'm like, you know, paying you to make emojis, and yet you're also paying me to stream. It's kind of like this cycle. That's, you know, anyway, though, but yeah, it's very generous. So some people asking in chat, apply pressure to grounds, spam volt switch. That's basically the idea, because volt switch is broken, and I think Lantern can do that and spread some thunder waves and be pretty annoying. So yeah, Lantern is a pivot, so we're not going to go for Aqua Ring Aura, so there's no way that's happening. Some other people asking, well, you know, why not Flip Turn? I generally just find Lantern being a water type, the fact that it's able to really apply a lot of pressure to most ground types, that Volt Switch is a better move than Flip Turn, right? It's not going to get water absorbed. And of course, ground types are immune, but we have good means of pressuring every ground type in the tier. So I don't think Flip Turn is the right way to go. It can be hit by contact moves, contact abilities, you know, Rocky Helmets, absorbed by Wellspring. And then someone else asked, you know, why not Water Absorb? Why not Volt Absorb? Well, if we put Volt Absorb on Lantern, we are super hard walling Zapdos, and we're pretty good against Raging Bolt, and we're infinitely good against Raging Bolt if we Terra Fairy. Whereas, someone asking, is Rotom Wash not just outclassing this? No, because this actually switches into Zapdos and Raging Bolt, whereas Rotom Wash absolutely does not. So this thing definitely does have advantages. I believe it's also substantially bulkier than Rotom Wash. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, we can check this. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that, but I don't want to risk opening another tab. But yeah, no, people saying go Water Absorb, make it a Woger check. How is it a Woger check if we go Water Absorb? Ogerpon's other type is literally Grass. Like, unless we decide to go, like, we could go like Terra Steel, Water Absorb, you know, but then we have to Terra every time we see an Ogerpon, which sucks. So, yeah, no, this just is not, it's not an Ogerpon counter. We give this thing Water Absorb, we've lost the ability to counter Raging Bolt and Zapdos, and we've gained a Terra-reliant fake answer to Wellspring. Also, look at this defense, 58. 76 special defense, 58 physical defense. Lantern is just not made to be a physical wall. So I see the vision with the Water Absorb, I get what you mean, but no. I'd rather, and then the other thing is, right, we only wall that Ogerpon if we Terra, whereas Zapdos and Raging Bolt we can do a lot against without Terra. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, the best partner for this is super obvious. It's a real, like, there's no question about what the best partner for this is. Lantern switches into all the Pokemon Rillaboom hates dealing with. It really handles Zapdos well. It handles Raging Bolt well. It handles Moltres. It handles, you know, it can switch in and sponge a Will-O-Wisp if needed. Yeah, generally just this Lantern is... Lantern and Rillaboom work really well together. And then, of course, Rillaboom, grassy terrain, giving Lantern healing it desperately needs, which it doesn't have since Lantern doesn't have recovery. And on top of that, it weakens Earthquake. So Lantern is able to stay in on stuff like Landorus and Gliscor and click Ice Beam, and stay in on Tinglu and click Scald. So, you know, stay in on Treads and click Scald. It can't stay in on Tusk, because Headlong Rush is not halved by terrain, and it will absolutely blow up a Lantern. But yeah, the grassy terrain, just like we started in Gen 8 with Tapu Bulu as a starting core, definitely Lantern is the move here. Some Aura recommending I invest in Spatak. We might invest a little bit in Special Attack to get certain calcs on Gliscor if that ends up being really relevant. If I want a Reliant Woger answer, I'll use Volcanion. That's quite a statement, Dragon Lord. That is quite a statement. Bognor, unfortunately, I do not have Discord up, so I can't show that today. And if I bring Discord up, my computer might dox me with something. but we will definitely unveil that soon. It'll be a grand reveal. It'll be great. So the Rillaboom here, there are basically two approaches we can go with this. There's the CB approach and there's the terrain extender approach. I don't really know which one's going to be better. I think Lantern would obviously like the extended turns of terrain more, but Choice Band is generally just a better Rillaboom that fits on more teams. So it's a bit of a tough one. I think we do start with Choice Band and just, sort of see where that takes us. But then here's the other good thing about Lantern. Lantern provides an electric immunity, meaning we don't need a Tusk, Treads, or a ground type at all. And actually, here's the other good thing. Sometimes, people will be like, oh, we've got like a Thunderous Therian, so we don't need a ground type. But then you look at, all the Volt Switch Pokemon in tier, and you're like, well, you still might want one, eh? But Lantern actually switches in to the Pokemon. It's not just going to die to a single Draco Meteor from a Raging Bolt. Well, actually, before I just say that, let me check. I don't think we do. Okay, yeah, we're taking, Terra Dragon has a chance to do it. But I mean, come on, it's a Terra Dragon Bolt. That's honestly not a bad calc. Like Clodsire, I think even has... Okay, no, Clodsire doesn't die to that ever. Well, anyway, still. That's not bad. That's not a bad calc. Is there a Mon that walls all sets of Dragapults? Wigglytuff. Yes. Yoshi771, thank you for the $10. Did I just see a team with Squirtle and Cacturn being made? Yes, it's for a video. You'll see why later. Yeah, someone are going to Heatran. I don't think we want to just remake the old Lantern team. We theoretically could. I don't think it would be very good though. Clefable, yeah, just do exactly what we did back in the Gen 8. We could. I don't think it's the right approach. We want to look to the future. Things have changed. The world has changed. Let's change with it. Yeah, Heatran is OU now, which is kind of crazy. So I do want to try, but yeah, this is the really big thing, is that Lantern provides that electric immunity. So that is just a huge help. I think it really hates his elo recently. Hey, you never know. It could be good. Lantern could be good. So, I'm trying to think here. I think you see here, I was kind of writing out some ideas. I was writing out some ideas here. And one of the things I wanted to try was kind of an approach like this. Probably not quite as much electric spam. I don't think we can afford a Raging Bolt and a Zapdos. But yeah, the vision I'm having, as I've explained, but just for anyone that's new. Also, remember to like the stream. I always forget to say that. The vision I'm having is electric spam. We use Lantern as a Pokemon with Ice Beam and Scald, which can put immense pressure on grounds, and something like a Specs Bolt or an offensive Zapdos to kind of get the pressure going on 252 plus attack Choice Band Terra Dark Lantern doesn't even guaranteed kill Dragapult with Sucker. That's horrible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's really bad. Someone else said Specs Crown could be decent. That's a good one to remember as well. Solid Volt Switchers. Yeah, Specs Crown, offensive Zapdos, Specs Bolt. Potentially Leftovers Bolt. I've seen that work well a few times. I know we don't need a ground, but Gliscor sounds not bad. Yeah, it's awkward, right? Because ground types are really good, is the thing. In Gen 8 OU, Lantern kind of freeing you up of that obligation was really nice. because there was just like Landorus and Garchomp. That's it. In Gen 9, we have a lot of really, really, really good ground types. So they're not really a burden anymore. It's not something you need. It's something you kind of want in a lot of cases. But being free of that ground type does allow you to put more pressure on other ground types because it kind of, frees up that slot for a Pokemon like Lanturn. Now, is that worth it? I highly doubt it. As I said, I wanted to try Lanturn because I love Lanturn. I think it's cool. If I had to put money on it, I do not think this is going to go well at all. But I also thought it wouldn't go well in Gen 8. Now, in retrospect, if you look at Gen 8 and Gen 9, it's looking like Gen 8 was a much more hospitable environment for Lanturn, and it had Heal Bell. So, yeah, I'm not optimistic. I'm really not optimistic about this, but I want to give it a go. So let's just see if this works out. I was thinking like we want good hazard control. So I was thinking maybe a situation with like a Cinderace. Here's the problem with Ace Corv though, is that Rillaboom really, really, really likes rocks to be up. And Cinderace Corv is for teams that don't much care about rocks, but really just don't want hazards to ever be on the field. Oh my, something or other. Another $20 donation. Haha, Lanturn, Vision. Get it? I don't. Lanturn. Here's the Vision, because like Lanturn helps us see. Is that it? Yeah, but wow. Donations have been crazy today. Mostly because of something or other. Dude is just wild. All right, so yeah, something else. What is Lanturn's BST? 460. Ooh, that's not good. That's worse than Toxicroak. But Toxicroak basically is not going to use one of its attacking stats, so I feel like Toxicroak is effectively worse. But yeah, so this is kind of the awkward thing. Corviknight and Lanturn is another classic core that just works really well. But yeah, it's kind of awkward with Ace. But let's just fill it out and kind of see how it would look. We add a Bolt. I'm trying to compare this to that other kind of idea I had down. Yeah. Okay. So what would we need last here? People are bribing you to play or more. A guy named Bryce says I can't donate today. The government won't give me my paychecks. Oh, a government employee in the shutdown, eh? I'm sorry to hear about that. I mean, I'm of course totally fine not to donate, and that's never an expectation. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that the government shutdown's been getting to you. That's rough. I mean, it's like on one hand, I'm happy the government isn't. I'm kind of happy it's not moving because I've been really unhappy with a lot of the things it's doing. But on the other hand, a lot of on an individual level, a lot of people are being screwed over by this shutdown, and it's really rough. The whole situation just sucks. Bad in so many ways. Anyway, yeah, Corv and Lanturn is a classic core though. Yoshi, oh my gosh. Thank you for the other $10. I didn't mean to, look down on the other donos. You guys are incredibly generous as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. My gosh, this is insane. This stream for donations. Wow. So okay, let's I don't even know what to say. This has been, I think, like not record-breaking donations, but well, as far as the total, but we've never had a chain going like this. This is really something. But anyway, let's march on with the stream here. we lose to what? Let's say we tried this. I'd like to get a rocker in here if we can. Yeah, so the reason Corv is kind of a classic with Lantern is pretty obvious, right? It's Lantern's weak to ground, it's weak to grass, and then Corviknight comes in on those. And Corviknight is weak to fire and electric, and Lantern comes in on those. So Corviknight and Lantern are like a theoretically really, really, really perfect core for each other, and they work really well. Okay, so we lose to, oh my gosh. Something or other with, despite the fact that something or other was the person who I was saying was the main donor, we got something or other is hopping on the offended train. I don't even know what to say. Thank you very much. This is crazy, dude. We getting offended with this one. This is wild. Yeah, wow. Thank you so much. You'll keep an eye on your wallet though. We don't want to, you know, I'm not living on food stamps here. I appreciate it. You know, as a young person building up wealth, this is helpful. And I will, of course, you know, I'm not a foolish guy with my money, but make sure to keep an eye on your own wallet. And, you know, make sure I don't want something or other to be, you know, having to pick up checks. Pick up checks from the shutdown government on my account. Okay, let's talk about what do we lose to? Ghost types are not ideal. It's like a Specs Pult is, and oh my gosh, Yoshi 771 with the $10. I should probably, unless you're like, you know, absolutely loaded. Maybe this is, you know, you may want to calm down on that. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for the $10 donation. Oh my gosh, love your stuff though, Pink. I just never watch streams. Well, I'm glad you were able to join for this one. Yeah, this stream is definitely paying the rent. Holy. Okay, so let's talk about things we lose to. Ghost types, pretty rough. I don't think we lose to fire types. It's kind of weird. I think we'd have to see in practice. Darkrai is really rough. We don't really, I mean, our fastest Pokemon being Cinderace is, I think, acceptable when we have like Rillaboom and Raging Bolt, but I think whatever we add last has got to be a special wall. Someone else know Kyurem? I totally agree. Kyurem smokes us. Kyurem is really rough. DOS, I think we're kind of okay against. It's sort of awkward though. As a young person sounds so cap for no reason. I mean, I'm here playing Pokemon. Like, I think it's pretty believable that I am indeed young. I think I need to raise my prices, holy Pink. Perhaps so, Bognor. Thank you very much for the £2. Oh my god. Guys, you're gonna be... I'm gonna walk out of my apartment later and see all three of you out on the street begging if you keep this up. Yoshi771 found oil in the backyard. Oh my god, something or other. Should have thought about that before you let strangers give you money. I mean, I don't think I can turn it off, but I really appreciate it, something or other. Thank you very much. This is crazy. At some point I gotta build Lantern and just like, oh my god though, that's... Wow. Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. I'm not 35. Donated the GDP of Latvia, why not? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, yeah, hopefully hopefully nobody ends up on the streets because of this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we got Garganackle is a nightmare. It's kind of looking like we might have to add a Tinglu. Something or other is definitely on OF, and I'd like the link. Oh my. Getting spicy in chat, Bognor. Let's see. Something or other's total donations, I would guess, are probably around 1,500. They estimate 2K. Yeah, somewhere like 1,500 to 2K range is what I would guess. It's been truly crazy. So, okay, Enam we're okay against. We don't love it. Specs Enam is kind of awkward. Let's see. Next membership tier should be 100 per month. Just called something or other tier. I would never make a membership that greedy. That'd be insane. Good heavens, Yoshi. It's great. You're saying I'm gonna go play some games because I don't have the attention span for streams. Love y'all. So ending, you're like, here, let me just donate like $50 and then leave the stream is a crazy play. I hope your games go well. Thank you very much for the generosity. Okay, let's see. Gliscor. I think we're okay against Gliscor. I don't think it's too bad. Tinglu doesn't learn high horsepower. Thank heavens. I'm really glad to hear that. But then it's like, if we have a Tinglu, what's the point in running a Lantern? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Okay. Heatran is pretty rough for me, honestly. We're okay with Iron Moth. I think Iron Valiant is sort of awkward. Kinda, not like horrible, but it's a little bit awkward. Something or other is off to D&D. Oh my god. Just drop like hundred something dollars and then go off to D&D is what a play. What a play. Yoshi, fair enough. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Thank you. Okay. Lando is fine. Wellspring, I think we're like, surprisingly, I think we're okay against Wellspring. We're okay with Petron. We're okay with Bolt. Actually, I mean, Raging Bolt is still kind of rough. Dragon types are kind of rough. Dragon types are rough. We got to add probably like a steel, another steel, like a Fairy Last or something that can at least take like Draco Meteors. Because right now, nothing on the team really wants to switch into a Draco. Saying Glow King is awkward. I can actually agree with that, honestly. I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think Zama's the answer here. I have a steel type, bro. Zamazenta is actually a nightmare. Can't believe I didn't realize that, but yeah, like Body Press Zama just smokes this entire squad. Okay, so this is quite the rap sheet of problems we have here, to be honest. I think it's a AV Glow King is the answer. I feel like it's got to be. It leaves us in a bit of a, you know, a scary spot against Darkrai, but I think that's a navigable problem. Especially, I'm pretty sure Lantern is actually not bad at all against Darkrai. Yeah, like look at this. Dark Pulse doing 30 max. And we can switch in and Thunderwave it. And then we have Rillaboom, which can like one-shot, Raging Bolt, double Prio there. And AV Glow King with Terra can honestly be pretty good against Darkrai too. You need Jesus in that last slot. No, I feel like Glow King gets the job done pretty well. We can even do SRN's Grass Knot set. I feel like this should work. I'm still worried that Rillaboom will kind of just suck without rocks is the thing. That's my concern. I also wonder, is there a point in running Lanturn if AV Glow King is just sitting here doing all the things that Lanturn does? I can't help but wonder if there's not another way. Recommendation for Clefable, which I actually do not hate one bit. Someone said that would leave Heavy Slam Zama a weakness, but like that's no Iron Defense Zama is running Heavy Slam in 2025. And this does do a good chunk of what we want. So I think these are both probably valid versions. Heatran does remain a bit of a nightmare. I feel like Specs Bolt Discharge can do pretty well against that, though. Isn't Rotomosh just better Lanturn in the first place? No, because Lanturn has Volt Absorb. Huge, huge part of what makes Lanturn usable. A guy named Bryson, I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's electric spam is more so not necessarily the amount of electric types, but how the team plays. I think the Glow King's one's going to be a little bit better. You can run Cloak Corp. It's true. I just don't like Cloak Corp. I don't think it's good. I feel like if you're not running Helmet, just like, you know, get out, leave, stay home, you know. HJK on Ace. It's something to consider. Yeah. But like Gambit doesn't exactly look like a barrel of laughs here either. So we probably got to go like Wisp, you know, core change, obviously. We could go Sucker. I don't think we really need to. We might have to go Sucker Ace and ditch the U-turn, but I would like to maintain all the pivoting of this team. Yeah, paralysis chance. Yeah, there's 30% chance to paralyze on Discharge, only a 10% on Thunderbolt. It's a pretty big difference. Bognor with the £2. Thank you very much. Saying, guys, buy a membership. Exclusive chat emojis soon. Yes, we will be rolling that out soon. So let's just... I'm a little worried about some anti-synergies within this team. Like maybe we go with like a Terra Blast Rock Rillaboom, because without rocks it feels awkward. But let's give it a go, just with standard sets, and sort of see how it plays, and we can make decisions later as to what we want to do. We'll go with pressure, just defog, U-turn, roost, body press, defog, Corv plus, you know, Cinderace is kind of a classic. I'll go 30 EVs on this so we get the slow on other Corviknights that, you know, didn't think about this. I kind of like Blaze here. I think we do keep Blaze. I don't think the Libero U-turn is worth all the pain. And we'll go Terra Ghost on this just as, you know, to block rapid spins. Below choice specs, we'll go with a pretty standard set here. I don't think we're counting on this Bolt too heavily to stall break. I'm trying to think if we need to run Dragon Pulse. I don't think we do. Go Draco, Volt Switch, Thunderclap, and Discharge. I think we want max speed on this so we don't end up getting smoked by Gliscor. Already speedy Gliscor is a kind of a nightmare. And on this we'll go with the Grass Knot, Sludge Bomb. We gotta have Flamethrower, and then Psynoise is tempting. Maybe SD Rilla instead is the answer. Like SD, I could see SD Terrain Extender potentially being pretty good here. You can even go Terra Blast Elec. Turn this into like a real electric spam. Psynoise or Ice Beam? That is the question. We'll go Psychic Noise, I think. I don't know how much, like, is a Darkrai doing? Okay, that's like, oh, that's not too bad. If we were to go... I feel like let's have some faith in Lantern as a special wall and go a little bit more offensive on this Cloaking. But let's be careful. Let's remind ourselves why we added this. We also might not want to go Grass because that will open us up to Kyurem problems. But we probably need the G-Knot Terra Grass thing to not get farmed by Garg, don't we? Kind of do. I mean, how much is a Kyurem doing? Specs will give us the... Okay, so that's kind of a lot. And that's if they Terra Ground too. We can expect a similar, you know, amount of damage. But how much do we do to a Garg? Oops. With Grass Knot, if we don't Terra Grass. See, like that's... Oh, okay, but that's... We're careful for some reason. Yeah, that's... I think that's only enough if we're faster. Let's hit 109. And we'll go 152. I don't know what that hits, but let's just... I mean, we'll just put in a random amount, really. And we'll go Terra Fairy. I think that permits us to do that. That will give us a pretty good sub Kyurem answer, and specs we can just scout without too much issue. All right, this should give us a strong point to at least initially test some stuff. But yeah, I really worry about using Rillaboom on a team. Okay, so fortunately we're facing this team, which gets like totally smoked by Rillaboom. So we really shouldn't lose this, because this is a really, really, really rough matchup for our opponent here. It's really rough. I'm going to actually pull this team up on my phone. Because I doubt they're modifying it. Okay, yep, here we go. Okay, got the paste up. So, yeah, pretty sure we can just lead Rilla here and get clicking, get the business. So we could Terra and kill this thing here. They might anticipate that and Terra flying. They do have Terra flying on this, so I'm going to U-turn. Supercell Slam. I feel like we go Glow King. Well, honestly, no. The safe play is just, well, we go hard. I think we just go hard Bolt. I don't think we need to make risks in this matchup. I'm just going to click Draco. If they get the read and switch out, that's fine. I think we have too strong a matchup to be taking like any risks this game. Yep, down it goes. That should be game, honestly, already. Like this team, and the guy who made it, really cool team, but like you just, the Rillaboom situation is so rough. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. How much is Slowking doing to an Ursaluna with Grass Knot? Oh, we're doing a ton. So I think we go into this guy and we go for the G-Knot on a very likely incoming Ursaluna. Yeah, we got it. So we just go Corviknight here. Okay, wow, switching is kind of crazy there because I don't think that really does anything for you. But we can very easily just U-turn on this and we can go into Rillaboom. This thing's only attack is Psynoise, so we have no reason not to just go Rillaboom here. And yeah, go for the Grassy Glide. Yeah, this game was kind of over before it began. This Trick Room team, you have to like play actually like a god to not lose to Trick Room. This Mimikyu, let's see, Curse, D-Bond, Play Rough, Trick Room. Okay, yeah, we're not too worried about this. But we can I'll just go into Cinderace. I'll U-turn here. I'm hoping it'll lay a curse on me, and then I'll just be like, yep, that's exactly what I thought would happen, because now I just U-turn out and I never actually have to deal with the curse. And then now we can just go Rillaboom here. And this thing is absolute max defense, but I'm pretty sure we still kill it. Yeah, we do. So we can just Grassy Glide here. Yeah, this thing, it's just going to, I mean, we can just go Corv. I don't see any reason to preserve its health, so we'll just U-turn here. And then back into Rillaboom. And yeah, this is really rough for our opponent. Let me check the team again. So, okay. Yeah, this Hatterene is Terra. Oh, Stellar. Okay, so we can just go into Woodhammer this thing then. Yeah, there goes Psychic Terrain. This is so tough for my opponent. There's just nothing you can do here. Yeah, let's just... I mean, actually, no, we don't even need to. because this Hatterene is... Yeah, we don't even need to Terra. Once again, we don't need to Terra. Yeah, Psychic is like cool, but... Oh, we even get left at 1 health. Yeah, Rillaboom doing what it does against this team. Oh, and we're actually at a decent elo from background footage. Okay, I am... Okay. Oh my, something or other. What have you done now? What have you done now? Oh, good heavens. I'm looking, okay, I'm looking through chat now. 50 gift memberships. Twice you gifted 50 gift memberships. Okay, well, everyone's going to get to use these new, Wow. Holy. Something or other. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. I don't even know what to say. That's, wow. That's so generous. Thank you so much. Well, okay, everyone's got a membership now. Oh my. That's, wow. Yeah, wow, Lantern, yeah, Lantern did nothing that game. I don't know, okay, I guess we'll just keep going. Something or other, thank you so much. I didn't have allow gift membership on, rip. I didn't know that's something you had to allow. Okay, Lantern actually looks like it might do some stuff this game. We got a Bolt, so we could just like Terra Fairy the Lantern and never worry about the Bolt, you know, ever. We forgot about Dragonite. Dragonite's pretty rough. Yeah, Dragonite we got to be very careful about. I think we just lead with Rillaboom. Getting grassy terrain up looks good, and it's good against pretty much everything here. Yeah, like this is a totally fine situation. I just click U-turn here. I think we probably start by going Cloaking, because I can't imagine you confidently click an electric move here. But then our opponent... No, our opponent's good. They're going to know Lantern has Volt Absorb. Spindrift, thank you. Welcome to the membership. Something or other doesn't have a membership? Oh my gosh. That's an insane turn. Why? I am so confused by that play. Let's go Lantern. Okay, they did click Draco immediately, which is obviously not what we wanted to see. And I'm surprised by that, but okay. Interesting. Well, their choice specs confirmed, so we know that. That's good info. And let's see, that did so. So we have a small chance to die here, so let's switch out. All right. I'm inclined to just go Raging Bolt on this, so we don't have a chance. Okay, it's also specs. That's really not good. Let's go Cinderace here. We'll be... Oh, we get critical hit. Okay, yeah, because we would have tanked that and then been in Blaze range, which would have been really good. But instead, we just get crit immediately. And that now we are in a horrible position, and I think we lose. Let's go Rillaboom. We can knock here. D-Knight comes in. Fair enough. Let's go Bolt, I guess. I mean, yeah, we're in serious trouble here. Let's Volt Switch. We're probably gonna be okay. Yeah, they just do that. Yeah, we got messed up by Specs Gold pretty much. I forgot the Glow King definitely did not help with Ghost types, which was an issue we mentioned. I guess let's Woodhammer here. Okay, could we, that did 32, so could we Terra? And yeah, probably, let's do that. I think we've got to make stuff happen, and I think Rillaboom spamming really strong grass moves is the only feasible way we win this. That's actually a huge kill. That Goldengo going down there is mad, which is, can we talk about Rillaboom being insane for actually picking that kill up is wild. But yeah, we can actually start gliding pretty well. This thing's Thunderclap, like, does not kill us. I'm going to go Slowking here because I think they will still Thunderclap. Okay, we spam Sludge Bomb. Absolutely, getting this thing poisoned would be the biggest W. Okay, it just outright dies. Beautiful. We take those. Easiest Corviknight of my life. We're going to defog, get rid of these hazards. Easy Slowking on this. Yeah, that is honestly fine. Let's just Sledge Bomb, try to poison some. Okay, beautiful. Getting that poison. Yes, sirree. Let's go Corviknight here. Okay, they do have CC, so we have to be aware of that, I guess. Do we want to let Corv go down? Or would we rather... Honestly, I think even at this stage, we'd rather sack Bolt. So let's go into that. And then this can be a very easy thing. And then we just glide here. We just glide. I think our opponents somehow managed to toss away this lead they had, this incredible lead. I'm gonna go Glowking on this. I think we just sack Corv here for the pressure. See, it only has 3 left, which is beautiful to see. Draco not... So I think we just go... Rillaboom Glide, I believe, is the play here. We're likely to kill the IVL. Okay, they go Lou, which is the right play, so good on them for that. We just go Slowking here. Okay, Volt Switch, they finally Volt Switched, fair enough. We just Sludge Bomb here. Yeah, I think... Oh, we live that. Easy. Yep, no problem. Sludge Bomb. Oh, they T-Bolt. Cool. We can win the game with Lantern. All right. So, Lantern there, I know it like didn't end up doing a whole lot on paper, but I kind of did make a mistake by switching out. I kind of did make a mistake initially. Oof. Do we have beef going on? Employ me, I beg, I want them back. Yeah, something or other is my Pokemon, like, sugar daddy. This is crazy. Something or other's money is turning chat on itself. The greed has overcome them. So, okay, that was a pretty crazy comeback. Rillaboom is insane for one-shotting a Goldengo with a grass move. So we got to give it up for that. Featured Lantern when banded Rillaboom walks in. But the Lantern did put pressure on that Bolt because it was constantly forcing it to click Draco. Like, if that Lantern wasn't there, we would have gotten farmed this game, even though it didn't directly do hardly anything. I do want you guys to know that it did have a big impact on that game. Yeah, I don't really know what my opponent was doing that game, but we do still have issues with Ghost types and D-Knight. So I wonder if there's anything we can really, do to kind of shore that up. Something or other is Goldango in disguise. He's making it rain, that's for sure. Yeah. Trying to think about this. Like, what do we do? What do we do? Because, yeah, the ghost type situation there was not good. Now, I will say, the Cinderace critical hit, I think sucked. Actually, let me not cry wolf if there's no reason to here, but Goldango. Okay, yeah, no, wait, no, hold on. Modest. Okay, that probably did not matter. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We need a Terra Normal Pokemon, I think is what I'm seeing. Honestly, let's just throw it on this. Terra Normal Glowking. See, Clef doesn't really actually help with Ghost. It's worse than Glowking against a lot of that, which is the thing. Clef would help against D-Knight, but like how much would it really help against D-Knight, if we're being honest with ourselves here? I don't know. We can maybe, let's just, but Dragonite is really not good. Like, Dragonite is legitimately a bad time. But I think if we go... Terra Normal Gliscor is not really a ghost answer. We might have to ditch this removal core, but I don't really see what else we'd use. Because, like... No, I don't know. We could go Iron Defense on Corv. Maybe we do. Let's try Iron Defense on Corv and Terra Normal and Slowking and see if that's enough. I hope we don't end up like craving defog, but I think a lot of people are kind of hesitant to click rocks against the team with Court Change and Corviknight anyway, so that might help us out too. Yeah, Clef is a dark resist, not a ghost resist, guys. True. Snom loves Zygarde and Snex. That you make a good point. That is indeed the case. Okay. I like the look of just starting with Cinderace here. I like Lantern start as well, but I'm worried about the Ogerpon. Like, you really shouldn't lead Ogerpon against this team, though. It does not look good. So let's lead with Lantern. Okay, that's honestly a weird lead. Let's go Corv. Okay, interesting. I'm just going to U-turn into Glowking, and that'll probably push them into Gambit. Psyshock. Okay, all right, fair enough. That was pretty good. Yeah, we don't actually really take that all that well. Let's go Cinderace here. And then we'll U-turn. Because actually this is not awesome. This is not awesome. Because that's probably an AV Glowking. Hopefully Sludge Bomb or another Psyshock. Cool. We can U-turn here. Just get a little bit more chip on the the board. Okay, Helmet Tusk. Let's calculate. That was a critical hit U-turn. And that did 7. So this is probably max HP Tusk. Yeah, it's probably a max HP Tusk. Meaning it probably cannot kill a Bolt in one hit. Has a chance to. We kind of hate Tusk, like low-key. Tusk is kind of rough. It honestly is. Yeah, Mandibuzz is... As much as Mandibuzz works in theory, it's it's not very good. Because, like, it loses to all the ghost types. Like, it loses to gold. It loses to bolt. Like, we could go Rilla, but then that sort of sucks here. Okay, here's the idea. We go Raging Bolt, we Terra Dragon Draco. That's where it's at. Please hit. Okay, thank heavens. All right, we're now free to Volt Switch as we please, which is incredible news. Let's go Corv. Let's body press. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. That's a stay in. Let's do it again. Let's body press. I do believe they kill us here. They sucker and then they die. I guess it was like a low kick Ironhead situation. That's insane. Are we getting this Corviknight back? No, we're not. Let's U-turn. We can go Ace and then we can U-turn here. This should invite something that can get Volt Switched on, is the hope. Beautiful, there we go. And then here we can just Volt Switch. Okay, Slowking comes in, fair enough. Let's go Cinderace U-turn into our own Slowking. But yeah, this lack of rocks thing, I'm not loving it. Okay, this time we will Draco. Because that'll do a lot. We hit, beautiful. And now we can actually Draco again, because this will still blow something up if we hit. We do miss. Yeah, not great luck, but I guess I can't complain too much. I'm going to Glide here. I think this thing's going to click U-turn. These things love click. They never, ever, ever think you're going to stay in and just hit them. They never do. These Ogerpon, they absolutely have never in their life seen it coming. It's just not their style. Go Glowking. We can start throwing out some Psy noises here. It's probably our best angle. Let's do it again. Okay, okay, good. That damage implies a Spidef set, which is good news. Okay, crazy Sludge Bomb. I'm totally down to chip you, buddy. I don't know why you're doing that. Hit me with that Psy Shock. Come on. There you go. All right, let's go Lanturn here. It's not really good for anything else, unfortunately. So we're just going to go in here, T-Wave this thing. We could maybe hit an Ogerpon or a Pult coming in. That'd be cool. But yeah, we're just going to T-Wave. Okay. And then we're going to Volt Switch and then go into our Slowking. Okay, cool. We get that off. That's not bad. Yeah, I can go into this and Psy Noise pretty happily here. I don't anticipate this Dragapult being able to do all that much to me. Go Lanturn and Volt Switch. But yeah, you see this lack of hazards is really awkward for this Breaking Core. So I don't see it really working out for us that well long term. Even though I think we'll win this game, and I will like technically go up 3-0, it's not feeling great. We gotta let the Lanturn go. Okay, we'll go Bolt here. I think if there's ever a time you use Terra, it's probably your Terra Fairy now, and a lot of these do have Terra Fairy, so we're gonna Volt Switch. Okay, they didn't, fair enough. Go Slowking. Okay, good Psy Shock. We'll sack Cinderace here, seems fine. Go Bolt, and I think we just Volt Switch again. That seems like a pretty solid play. Okay, they sack the Pult, which is A-okay with me. Definitely just a Rillaboom here. We go Bolt on these. It's probably going to be a Wellspring here. Maybe a Glow... Okay, yeah, it's going to be that. I imagine they go Glowking here. I still think we Thunderclap. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well played. Actually, no, we can't. Okay, that went well. Kind of unintentional, but that went well. I'm going to Glide again. Okay, good Moltres. U-turn here. Does that kill us? No, but we're going to outspeed the Molt. So we have to go Bolt again. Now they have Glow King nice and healthy, though. Okay, we're going to Draco here. Okay, good. I think they made a mistake by not just going Glow King first on us there, honestly. I think you would have used it earlier. Yeah, okay. If you had Terra Fairy, I think they would have used it earlier. We should outspeed here. They had Terra Fairy on the Molt. Okay, I see. I see. Can Rillaboom live a U-turn? Because if so, that's what we go into here. They're going to U-turn, we go Rillaboom on the U-turn here. They're absolutely not going to click a fire move. Yep. Absolutely knew it. I think we glide as the Molt comes in. Okay, good. We didn't get burned. That's fortunate. Yeah, the lack of rocks here you see has been just like an absolute travesty for our team. We're gonna Draco here, but I think we've yeah. GG. Yeah, we were doing pretty well, and then just the lack of rocks made that impossible to break at the end. This breaking core needs hazards. So yeah, my intuition that something felt really off about this team was correct. But like what? Yeah, Lantern has done almost nothing. That's correct. But we need rocks. We need hazards. See, and the reason I didn't Woodhammer into Moltres when I knew it was coming in why I glide instead, if we Woodhammered, Rillaboom went down. So we pretty much kind of guaranteed got cooked at that point. I guess in retrospect, that might have still been the better option, though. But yeah, just at the end there, that breaking core was so difficult to get past. So we need rocks. Skarmory instead of Corv is definitely not the play. Skarmory is like the world's worst stealth rock setter. No GG is crazy work. We need a Tusk. We do. We need a Tusk. I know Clefable gets rocks. It doesn't work in the last slot. It's gotta be Tusk. The team's not too passive necessarily. We've got enough power. It doesn't let stuff happen for free. It just needs hazards. That endgame travesty would have been easily avoided by hazards. Yeah, Garg's an idea. I mean, the problem is it doesn't really answer Kyurem. You know, if put on a Garg, it's just waiting to get farmed by sub Kyurem. And the team, like, yeah, if we put Garg last, substitute Kyurem is actually just good game on preview. Like, it sets up sub on half the team, and then nothing can switch into it. Clef is not the answer. I've heard the people in chat saying Clef. I understand your words. They are not correct words. Okay. So we got a Tusk now. I still like the idea of having a Cinderace on here. If we can afford it. Why not Ting-Lu? Because that doesn't have rapids. We need removal too. Lantern, Rillaboom, Bolt do not do well if you don't have removal. Your team's a bit weak to Fairy. Yeah, at this point it is. It's 4 Pokemon. Or did you mean the AV Glowking version? If you meant the AV Glowking version being weak to Fairy, the Corviknight, Cinderace, AV Glowking version, then you're absolutely not right about that. But if you mean this, then yes, this team at the present moment does look weak to Fairy. We're going to cover it. Against Subcurum, use a Registeel, so we can get like farmed by Earth Power. That the idea? I guess so. Terra Ice Guard, but like, what does Terra Ice Guard do against a Subcurum? You don't break with Assault Cure, especially if it Terra Grounds, and then you just get PP stalled. So you still lose. Young DC, hello. Thank you. I hope you have a great day as well. I hate Subcurum so much. That's like one of those things that you just like, if you build a fat team, you're not going to be able to deal with Subcurum. Maybe like an AV Crown could help. I don't see that ending well for us. I feel like we add an AV Crown and there's just nothing that really fits in the last slot though. Attack invested Garg. Good heavens, no. That's not the answer. I'm certain of that. Got more Volt Switch in there. Could be kind of fun. Last would probably have to be a Moltres looking at this. Yeah, because the fire type situation is catastrophic right now. But then no, Garg would kind of smoke us if we went Molt last, but ghost types would be pretty rough too. It's still probably our best answer. Ogre, no, Ogerpon's a night. Well, kind of, sort of have answers. Not really, though. I think Ogerpon would be too bad if we went Molt last. I'll have it down as a version, but I don't think we can afford it. Basically, like, Crown is the only answer to Subcurum. Now, Infiltrator Pult doesn't do it. It just, like, protects, scouts you, what you want to use, Terra Grounds, then kills you, and then it's still behind a sub. So, Infiltrator Pult is not a Subcurum answer. Defensive Glamora is something I considered. I don't think it's the move. It's just not a good Pokemon, and it's fake, super fake removal. Super easy to spin block. I'm not using Registeel, guys. I guarantee you Registeel sucks. It literally, it gets totally farmed by Goldengo. Yeah, this is troublesome. What do we do? If we went like a Crown, Well, that doesn't really fix anything. If we went a Great Tusk over this, what would we need to replace Ace with to make this team work? Probably a Steel type. But we need something flying. So it might still have to be Corviknight, is the answer, but then we lose speed. Banned Weavile helps with Kyurem, that's true. If someone recommends Treads, yeah, I guess Treads would give us the steal, so that's probably a good idea. But then we'd need, like, it would need to be like a Moltres, and then we don't have anything, because we need a fire. We need something that doesn't get destroyed by fire still. And we've got to have something flying, so this would end up needing to be a Moltres. It would need to be a Moltres. Defog Talonflame is not a Pokemon any team outside of Stall should be using. It's just like Garg would be the perfect answer, but then we just have sub Kyurem. I can't believe people didn't ban that thing. No, Scarf Raging Bolt is not the play here. We need the power. And also Scarf Raging Bolt doesn't outspeed Dragapult, so it's not actually like speed. Yeah, it's just that last game, we were in that situation that I was worried about where we faced like a bird and just Rillaboom can't do anything because there are no rocks, so knocking it off doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, no, that's true. Lantern is good against fire types, but like we still need a flying type that also offers speed here. It's like I guess we could do something like a Levitate. Feel like a Torn, maybe. I don't think this doesn't look that good to me. No, because like Cinderace, Pyro Ball. Well, I mean, we cut Bolt. I guess this like kind of works. Honestly, I think Great Tusk would be better here though. What would we run on this? Like Assault S probably. It's kind of a Ghost Resist. Oh my god, something or other. What are we doing? Again? Dude has dropped like almost $300 this stream. Holy. Thank you very much. This is nuts. This is just craziness. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. It's just insane. Well, guess we'll go Ice to help with Kyurem. That's just craziness. From something or other. We don't have a Contact Punisher. Private Prinny 333, $5. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Saying, imagine the OU Council offers a deal. You can ban as many Mons as you want one time, but Allo goes with them. Do you take it, and who do you cut? I mean, I don't want to do anything like undemocratic, but if like the only person if to care about was myself, then yeah, I'd take the deal. Ban Curum and ban Wellspring and ban D Knight and get rid of Olo. Easy. Well, yeah, we've got Jeff Bezos in chat for real. Like we need the removal, so I can't afford to. I have to go boots, but then we don't have a contact move Punisher, so U-turn is like kind of free against us, which sucks. But let's no, this team loses to Dragon types, so we need to go Crown last. Probably AB on this as well, I think. Terra Steel seems fine, sure. Or we'll go Fire. Yeah, it is still nuts to me that apparently something or other does not even have a membership, which is insane. But yeah, I guess everyone's going to get to use emojis soon. Okay, we've got a donation from Schmeety sending 5 memberships. Wow, we're just keeping it going. This is crazy stuff. I don't understand where this is all coming from, but thank you so much, everyone, for the generosity. Everybody is about to have access to Bognor's emojis. Bognor, we might have to commission some more, because I probably can put like 50 on now. They limit your emojis by how many members you have, so we're about to have a lot. Yeah, this is the most donations ever on a stream, by far, not even close. So now we have a Dragon Resist. Still some concerns, but let's run it and see what happens. Well, this kind of loses to Zama. So let's maybe go Fairy on this. Might want to run. I wonder if we want to go like Icy Wind on this guy. Let's go Icy Wind. We can make use of that Terra mechanic too with Terra Ice. Kind of a cool little thing there. Yeah, really, this is a making it rain kind of day. The Icy Wind idea is that it slows Zama down, obviously, so, you know, Raging Bolt can polish it off. Whew, okay, let's do this. Let's see if we can win. It looks like Rillaboom farms this team super hard here. Yeah, this looks like a Lantern game. I mean, excuse me, a Rillaboom game. Lantern looks good too, but it's going to be a Rillaboom game. I think we lead with Torn, and we can just Icy Wind a... Okay, interesting. I mean, Bleak Wind being 100% is nice. Oh my, something... Dude, what... Yeah. Okay. Alright, we're getting every single person in chat a membership. I guess something or other, man. You can't keep doing this. I know you don't have infinite money. That's not how money works. Oh. I mean, I don't know what to say. How much is Lantern take from a Dragon Pulse here? Like 40. Okay, they have to click. Okay, wow, they didn't click Dragon, but they clicked Weather Ball. Let's Volt Switch here into the Lantern. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just absolute craziness. Wild Thunderclap there, but I guess I can respect it. Let's just go Lantern and Ice Beam, I suppose. This is a 2-hit KO. Down 02 complaining about not getting anything, which is crazy that Down 02 wants a membership because I thought he hated me. But, or maybe she. Maybe Down 02 is a woman. I guess we don't know. I feel like Down 02 is a guy, though. I get that vibe pretty strong. This is just insane, though. Something or other. Getting absolutely every single person a membership. I don't know what to say. This is craziness. Okay, Hoopa Unbound comes. Obviously, this is going to roll us. We can just go Torn, though. Like, unless this is banned, we won't. Okay, I was going to say unless this is banned, we won't die, but then it absolutely was. That's got to be Adamant. Let's just Woodhammer. We can... I mean, it might not be Adamant, but I feel like Lando's probably switching in here either way. I just want to Woodhammer, do as much as we can to the Lando. It's looking like we can clean this game up with Glide, honestly. Well, could Tornadus... That's got to be... Was it a max HP Tornadus? Oh, yo, what? I let the... I let the automatic set thing put in the most whack Torn set ever, but that was still a max HP Torn. So let's check on that. That Torn took how much damage? It's not Psychic Seed. What are we doing? Choice Band. Hyperspace Fury. Okay, yeah, never mind. So Torn was always dying. I'm going to assume that that's... Okay, they just sack the Bolt. Fair enough. Rain running out in one turn is nice here. Down 02 officially a membership. That's hilarious. Okay, so like... I'm so suspicious this is like a Scarf Pelipper or some nonsense, so I'm out of here. That Hurricane indicates not invested, actually, so probably we could have just Woodhammered and killed the thing there, but... Okay, let's go Lantern, honestly, because we've got Terrain. Okay, I'm going to just click Scald on this. This seems... Actually, no, we're going to Volt Switch. Hoopa Unbound, definitely a very probable thing to come out here. I don't think you click a Fairy move here. Let's go into Bolt. Okay, yeah, just Psychic Noise. Fine. Let's go Crown here. It'll live a Fairy move. Yeah, beautiful. And let's just Tachyon Cutter. Oh, beautiful damage on... That's exactly what we wanted damage on. The fact that that did that much tells me this is a 0 HP Landorus. And I think we're about to get U-turned on, so I do want to go into Tusk here. Sand... Okay. I'm going to go for Rocks. We do get the Rocks up, which is great. Surprised our opponent let that happen. I don't really know what's going on. Let's go Lantern. Okay, that's good. I'm just going to click Scald here. Has a chance to burn if the Hoopa comes in. Good damage on the Hatterene. Okay, we just kill that. Beautiful. I think it's got to be an Iron Crown sack here. It's got to be. We should just let it go. Rillaboom comes in here. Like, just glide, right? Yeah, okay, down goes the Hoopa. Good news there. I'm going to Terra. Like, even if there's no Terra here, I think, that saves you. Yeah, like, you should die here. My head calcs do not lie. Yep. Let's go Lantern. Beautiful. Low-key, this might not kill. Okay, it did. All right. Put some respect on Lantern's name. Yeah, that was a pretty tough matchup for my opponent, and things went well for us. Okay. Let's go for another one. It's become a gambling stream. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, Lantern did okay that game. It was like fine. Let's lead Raging Bolt because we can threaten a kill on the Araquanid. And I'm inclined to just go for Discharge right off the bat. We can threaten to one-shot it. Never let it get up webs. Okay, fair enough. What do we go into here, really? Tornadus, can that live a Ice Spinner? It can. Let's go Torn then. Okay, cool. This is a Bleak Wind here. If we hit, That's great. Okay, Tusk going to decide to use its Terra to take us out there. I think we're okay with that. I don't see that as a huge issue. I don't see that as a huge issue. I think we just go into our own Tusk, kill this thing with Headlong Rush. Should be fine. Rillaboom, this is no HP Tusk, so I don't know why it's feeding us that calc. Rillaboom will not do it quite, and yet everything else gets smoked. So yeah, it's got to be just Tusk, Headlong Rush. So let's do that. No reason to complicate things. That's also their ground type gone. So whether it dies here or not, they don't have any immunities to Volt Switch anymore, which is a pretty big deal, I think. I don't think speed is a crucial part of how we proceed with this game, and I feel like we could kind of just theoretically just spin later. We have boots on Tusk anyway. I'm just gonna switch out here, and I think we just Volt Switch. If they decide to endure, we can just Grassy Glide with Rillaboom. So I think this Volt Switch here puts us in a pretty good spot. Did you do it again? Did something other do it again? Did I? Oh my god, he did, bro. Yeah. Single-handedly out here, like, changing the economy. Wait, what? I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think we go Rillaboom here, because if they go Moth, we can go into just well, we got... Because if we go Lantern, we're going to get Energy Ball smoked. So let's go Bolt. Okay, they do get that substitute, which is not good news, obviously. Terra Steel on Tusk is not awesome. We have, I hope, it's Fairy. That's not great. All right, let's Volt Switch here. No, I believe we actually live without. Yeah, we live just fine. We can just Psy Shock here. Iron Crown, good stuff. Good stuff, buddy. Please don't go bankrupt, bro. I'm saying, yeah. Okay, this is actually a great Lantern moment, because we can go Lantern here. We can survive this easily, and then we can go Tusk and threaten a Headlong Rush. Okay, unfortunately, Lantern, first time walling a special Pokemon, it gets critical hit immediately. Not what I wanted, obviously, but it's fine. Tusk is looking poised to win this game. Easy. Very good. Very good. It's going to be an Ice Spinner here from me. That's like, dude, I am so okay with that. Like, what? Okay. I do think we sack the Lantern here. It makes a lot of sense. And then I'm going to Ice Beam. The D-Knight thought it could set up on the Lantern, and Lantern said, no, sir, that's not how we do things here. So I think we T-Wave first, so Rillaboom can outspeed after Web, so we get the guaranteed kill. We miss. Lantern... Oh, it was Lumberry. Okay. So this is potentially problematic then. No, I should have just gone... I don't know what I was thinking with that one, honestly. But no, if it's a speedy Gambit, then we should just kill with Headlong Rush anyway. So I think it should be fine. Yeah, I should have just Volt Switched there. That was kind of a dumb play, but it ended up fine. It ended up fine. And we do just outspeed and kill this. Lantern did well that game. It killed a D-Knight. It switched in on a gold and broke the balloon because it had the Spadef to take a nasty plotted Shadow Ball easily. Even when it got critical hit, it got through it. Lantern did well that game. You got to give the props to the fish when it deserves the props. Epic. Good stuff from the fish. Do remember to like the stream, guys. I imagine the stream's probably got quite a few likes because stream's been going. Actually, no, only 130. I've been forgetting to ask, but guys, yeah, do like it. It helps out. How dare I insinuate that Lantern can miss? True, that was honestly super disrespectful of me. Okay. Okay, let's look at this. Lantern looks kind of okay this game, honestly. It really does. I like leading just with Torn. Torn seems like a just solid against pretty much everything. Does this flying text look like different to you guys? I feel like it looks more blue than normal. Almost like a water type move. Let's okay, we miss immediately. Cool. Let's go Raging Bolt now. Don't want to get suckered potentially. Okay. Yeah, let's Volt Switch. Let's Volt. You don't go hard Lando immediately. You're not that guy. They did exactly that. Okay. Obviously that blows. Let's Rapid Spin here. That Rapid Spin did not much. So this is a super defensive Primarina to take that little max, probably absolute max, so Lantern can come in here pretty easily. Okay, that's not good. We do outspeed though. Let's T-Wave. No, what? You're fast too? I mean, we missed, so it didn't but sorry, what? I'm lost as to how that's possible. You're max defense, but like with some speed for some reason? Like a substantial amount of speed? That's so weird. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, let's Volt Switch. We're not going to break, but we can go Torn. We can U-turn back into Lantern. Welcome, Mood. We don't break, which is actually exactly what we want, because that way we can get the slow Volt here. If we're speed tying and then this thing like proceeds to get the slow sub here, I'm gonna I don't know what's gonna happen. Someone's gonna be in trouble. You have to Terra here. I'm gonna U-turn. Okay, or go Lando. I would have just clicked Woodhammer if I knew it was Lando just going to come in, but that's fine. My opponent actually really does not have a great time just switching in on a Tusk. They really don't. They don't have a great time with Lantern either. We don't kill with Ice Beam, which is crazy. Let's go Lantern. Honestly, let's just do it in Ice Beam. Actually, no, let's Scald. Scald's going to do a good chunk and can burn if something else wants to come in. Oh, thank you. Is someone making a membership? Mood. I may have said that already, but Mood, welcome. Let's go for that Scald. Maybe burn a King Gambit. Who knows? Who's to say? Okay, we go for the Scald. Do we get a burn? Oh, Lantern. Look at Lantern. Just doing its thing. Casually smoking everybody in its path. Let's Volt. Oh, your Earth Power. Okay, well, that's not so good. Let's go Torn here. We don't want to let Lantern take damage it doesn't need to be taking. And let's Icy Wind to finish it off, because Bleak Wind can miss. I'm going to go... Oh, actually, this thing might... I feel like I want to stay in and Bleak Wind. Yep, I knew the CC was coming there. Please hit Bleak Wind for once. Yes, yes, okay. I sensed the CC was coming there because the Tusk Rapid Spin just looked so good. I knew my opponent would not want to let that happen. Okay, we can U-turn here. I think just Crown looks really good. We can just, I mean, does Psyshock do more or is Tachyon going to do more? Assuming this is really defensive. It looks like Tachyon is going to be doing more damage. So let's start with that. Let's start with the Tachyon Cutter. Let's go for another one. That's solid damage. Go for another one. Now I think Psyshock is the play. Okay, we should have been Psyshocking the whole time, evidently, but it's fine. You live and you learn. Based on that Psyshock damage, this thing is... Yeah, it's kind of what we expected, not like fully bulky. I think I was actually looking at the Psychic Noise calc, maybe. Psyshock, yeah, well. Oh well. Miscalc happens. Let's say like 180. I don't know exactly how fast it is, at least fast enough to outpace a Lantern. I think Rillaboom U-turn here. Yeah, Rillaboom U-turn is threatening a kill either way. Oh, actually though, I really want to go Tusk and Spin, but there's that pesky chance that it's Terra Ghost. So let's go Rillaboom and U-turn instead. Yes, Cinderace comes in, which makes a lot of sense. Pyroball, it could be Wisp still. We have seen Libero, which is not great here. We've seen offensive investment confirmed as well. We need to keep Great Tusk around for the Kingambit. We need to keep Great Tusk around for the Kingambit. I think we go Lantern Volt Switch is the play. Okay, it U-turns, which is exactly what we hoped, so that's good. Primarina comes in, we kill it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I think we just do go Tusk here. Bolt comes in. Okay. Let's go into our own Bolt. Beautiful. We're about to have a Lantern moment, guys. Lantern is going to do the Terra Fairy thing and absolutely wall this thing infinitely. We need to decide on a sack. I think it makes so much sense for that to be Torn. I don't think Torn is necessary, crucial, good. I don't see it as essential in any way here. So let's just Volt switch into the Tornadus. We can Bleak Wind. Yep, and then we go Lantern here. A Terra Fairy, and I think we T-Wave is probably a good way to start this. We miss, okay. It's T-Wave again. Okay, we hit that one, which is great. I think we go Bolt here. Okay, we get Pyroball, fine. Tusk comes in, and I believe we click... Is it Rapid Spin here? Or is... I think, no, we just Headlong. We just Headlong. Rapid Spin would be foolish here. We just Headlong. The T-Wave is crucial here for killing this Cinderace. Even at like 0%, Lantern is out here hard stopping the Raging Bolt. In a downright heroic fashion. Okay, they went Gambit. It's kind of tough. Can Rillaboom live a hit from this Gambit here? No, not really. It's a good switch on their part. I think we go... I think we go Boomer anyway. And I believe the play here is to Rapid Spin. go Lantern. God, they got us again. We can go Tusk here, but that's not good. That's obviously terrible. We'll Rapid Spin here, but yeah, I think they have a chance to kill, a good chance to kill here. Yeah, we got outplayed there at the end. They got the King Gambit switch too many times. That's a really disappointing way for it to end, but yeah, they just got the switch on me too many times. Yeah, maybe should have played games there. GG. That sucks. I mean, yeah, we got close. Truthfully, after using it, I do not think Lantern is worth using. Just too high BSTs. Loss of Heal Bell is pretty huge. So it can't really support that constant contact spam it used to. Yeah, it can't support that same. But Lantern almost managed to pull that one back. We got doubled on with the King Gambit too many times. But it happens. I don't understand the Terra bug is so shiced. It's like pretty common on Raging Bolt because it's good against Tusk and Zama. So I don't really understand that sentiment. But yeah, it happens. I mean, you make a read, you lose the read. There wasn't like bad playing there. Sometimes you get the read wrong. Yeah, the ultimate conclusion, we did gain ELO. We went 4-2, decent record. Donations were absolutely record-breaking, which was incredible. So, good for that. Yeah, could have played Sucker Games. There was a chance it didn't kill, though, which I found the odds that we wouldn't die better than the odds of winning a Sucker mind game. At least, I'm pretty sure there were odds we didn't die. I could have double-checked on that. Ival over Crown and Treads over Tusk. That would not have been the play. That would make well, no, we'd lose to King Gambit with that lineup. I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty bad. This is already pretty bad against Gambit. I think that's the main problem with this team is that it's too Gambit weak. Like, there's maybe a way to make Lantern work, but I really doubt it. At the end of the day, I don't think this Pokemon is worth using. This could have been a Ting-Lu. Is the real, facts. It's just not good enough. I was hoping it would be, and it performed okay. Like, it was not terrible, but it wasn't good enough. My conclusion is there will be no Lantern Part 2. I don't think it's worth using in SVOU. The metagame in Gen 8 was slow-paced, and there were a lot of Pokemon Lantern actually matched up well against, and, like, Zapdos was everywhere, but it's just, yeah... Lantern in Gen 9. Like, we were against an Iron Moth, and we couldn't go into Lantern because it's going to take too much from the booster energy. I think it just the stats were too much, ultimately, for the poor Lamp to handle. But this was still an incredible stream. Donations were insane. I had a lot of fun playing these games. We did gain ELO. We did go 4-2, so Lantern did go positive. And it had some good showings. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for attending. This was a really special stream. Thank you for all the donors. Just insane generosities, and we've got a lot of people with memberships that'll be getting access to those custom emojis soon, so I will announce when that is, given how many people now have this membership for, I think it's a month is how it works. So I'm going to try to expedite those emojis and get them out to you as soon as possible so we can have that going for the next stream. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, just crazy stuff. Thank you guys so much. And I'll end it there. We'll try to time this to get it in 3,